Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Faith Ruto Show. Today, I want to talk to you about what it's like to be a mom in business. This is an exclusive show. I am going to share with you some of the things that moms that are running their businesses have to deal with on a daily basis. It's been a while since I've been here. I cannot believe that, it's almost 6 months since I last did a live broadcast like this. But I've been reflecting on my journey this year as a working mom. And I wanted to share with you what has worked and what hasn't worked. And as we lead into the summer holidays, I know a lot of working moms and moms in business will be thinking, how on earth do we do it? How do we look after our family, our family, our children, our household, the pets, while also running a business? Well, for me, as you all know, I have been running my coaching and speaking consultancy for 10 years. We're now celebrating 10 years. And what I have learned in these 10 years is that you really have to be focused. You have to be intentional with everything you do in your business. But first, you must look after yourself. So for working moms, we know that we have a long to-do list. And for many years, for myself, I also prioritized my business, I prioritize my clients, and I prioritize my family. But do you know what happens when you don't prioritize your health? You burn out, you get unwell, and you get sick. And because of that, I have learned the hard way. But I've also learned to practice what I preach, which is look after yourself, have those spa days, which is something that I do a lot. I go away by myself to a lovely local spa for a whole day, and I can use the time to relax, or I can use the time for strategy planning. Um, but the most important thing is that I'm removing myself from feeling stress and inner pressure rise environment or state of mind to a more calm and relaxing zone. So as a mom in business, you need to figure out what is it that you need to do to recharge. What brings you energy, what refuel your cup, and make sure that you are scheduling time for that on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and on a monthly basis. For me personally, when I get asked this question, how on earth do you do it? I always say that my faith is central to everything that I do. Yes, you've guessed it right. I'm a woman of faith. And I believe that when you are intentional, when you're prayerful, and you spend time with God or your maker, your creator, whoever you worship or whoever you look up to, when you spend time with that super being, it helps you recenter your life. It helps you reprioritize what is important. And for me, as a woman of faith, I believe that creating time, downtime is so important. But for me, actually, the time that I find for prayer is often when I go for my walks or my runs. Now, I do 3 things or sometimes 4 things all at once. You might be asking, what do you mean, Faith? Well, as we know, with working moms or moms in business, we get limited time sometimes for exercising. So I came up with an idea, or shall I say, during the lockdown, thanks to the lockdown, I realized that I can enjoy my walks, I can enjoy my runs while listening to my gospel music or worship music. At the same time, I would have my phone in my hand. And if I saw flowers or a tree or a landscape that inspired me, I would stop and take pictures, or I would stop and just record in the moment. And you've probably seen from some of the previous walking with faith or walking by faith broadcast that I shared with you, that this is something that I really enjoy, and it really recharges me and it renews my spirit and it brings me so much joy. So I want to encourage you to find that hobby, find that one thing or 2 things or 3 things that you can do to re-energize you. For me, it's the walking, it's dancing to Zumba. That's something that maybe some of you don't know, but yes, I am a Zumba instructor, and I'm going to be opening up, mom and business Zumba sessions, and we're going to be having fun because again, I believe that we need to form our own community. We need to, be with like-minded individuals, people that understand us, right? It's very important that um, we align ourselves with we find our own community. For the last 10 years I have been parts of different community, and I'm being honest, some of them I felt did not fit me 100%. It fitted a part of my life or part of my identity in the past or in the future, and I'm now entering a new season. Being in business for 10 years, it's a season of maturity, it's a season of growth, but also is a season of curiosity. We have AI that helps us run our business. That's something that I do really well. I use AI to automate processes, to streamline, my post, and just to help me be a better woman in business. Now, a mom in business, woman and a mom in business. So I'm really going to encourage you to embrace AI, share with the community, what it is that you are using, what it is that you're developing. I will be really curious to know. Um, I'm also going to be looking forward to, organizing, retreat days. That's something that I really want to do this year. I want to organize a retreat day. I want to organize a time for people to come together, and I really believe that, mom in business is a community that can really thrive under these challenging times. It can really bring women together to connect with themselves. Yeah, I think we lose a sense of our identity and who we are because of the role that we're playing. Yeah, I'm speaking from my own experience. I have gone through that battle time and time again, to having to redefine my identity, redefine who I am, and it's something that I think is unique to us as women. And I really want to create a safe space. I want to create a space that you can come to, that you don't need to just survive, but instead you can thrive. And that's really important. So I want to invite you, when you listen to this live and on replay, I want to invite you to visit my Instagram page. Right, it's really important that we connect together, and it's yeah, I want to invite you to to keep listening to the show, the Faith Ruto Show. If you're a mom in business and you want to be my guest, I want to invite you to to be my guest, and to to join me, share your stories, share your experience as a mom in business, and let's learn together, let's inspire one another. Come and tell us, how do you do it? Your mom, the Moms in Business exclusive. This is the show that is going to encourage more women to embrace their feminine energy. It's going to encourage more women to lean into AI. It's going to encourage other women to celebrate their own successes, in their own terms. Right? What is success? Success is not, I cannot define success for you. You have to define that for yourself. And we've been conditioned to believe that, as moms in business, our success is only, the, winning awards, or or turning, or big turnovers. For some of us, for me, my success is seeing my children, the joy in my children's face when I make them breakfast in the morning, or when I pick them up at the end of the day. Making time. It's not easy, and sometimes I've had to lean on others. Yeah, I've had to ask others to step in and support me. I've had to, just, yeah, relying on, on friends, and that's really important. As a woman in business or working mom, make sure you have a connection of a really strong connection. Build connection, build a support system, because you cannot do this alone. Right? As women, as mothers, as sisters, we were not meant to exist by ourselves. Right? Look back in the history of time of humanity. We exist as a community. So therefore, I am really encouraging you listening to this to say, we are relaunching. The Faith Ruto Show has returned. And this time we're going to be focusing on moms in business. This is an exclusive. We're going to be talking about the diary of a working mom. We're going to be sharing with you what life is like, because I'm telling you, I did not know. When I started my career 20 years ago, there was no working mom role models for me. All I saw were these super women that were faking it until they crushed and burned in terms of burnout, right? They were faking it, they were not being authentic. And I'm saying, you know what? I personally find that it's more exhausting, it's more tiring to be faking it, to be unauthentic. So if you are a working mom or a woman in business looking for the real McCoy, as we used to call it in the 90s, you're looking for the real place to be, I want to invite you to the Faith Ruto Show. Come and hang out with me every Friday. I'm going to be dropping some gems with you, for you. We're going to be going live on Instagram, and I'm telling you, I'm going to have guest speakers, and we're going to have amazing time. So don't hesitate to, DM me if you want to be a guest on my show. DM me if you have an idea of who I need to interview. I cannot wait for you to be a part of this journey. The Faith Ruto Show has landed. And as you can hear, that is my next meeting. So it's a perfect time to end the Faith Reader Show. If you'd like to join my community, it's called, Moms in Business. And I'm gonna leave the link under this video. Okay, Moms in Business is a community for moms where we come to strive. So I can't wait for you to join, and I'm excited for this new journey. Thank you so much. I am Coach Faith Ruto, and you have been listening to the Faith Ruto Show. Do subscribe, do like, and do share, and I shall see you very, very soon. Thank you very much. Take care of yourself and each other. God bless. Bye.